Honoring parents. Honoring one's parents is the son's commitment to taking care of his parents, especially when they reach old age, as at this age they need care in all psychological and health aspects, and keenness to provide them with all means of comfort. It is a religious and moral duty. Honoring one's parents is considered one of the best deeds and the most important acts of obedience that bring the servant closer to his Lord. It is also the greatest right upon the servants after the right of God upon them. Many Quranic verses and hadiths of the Prophet have been reported that indicate the importance of honoring one's parents and the virtue of this act in this world and the hereafter. The virtue of honoring parents in Islam. The right of parents is linked to the right of God Almighty. This is mentioned in many verses of the Quran that command Muslims to believe in monotheism and to follow it with being dutiful to their parents, as stated in the noble verse. And worship Allah and associate nothing with Him, and to parents do good. And He says in another verse, and your Lord has decreed that you not worship except Him, and to parents do good. This is an emphasis on being dutiful to parents and the obligation to take care of them, especially in old age, when they are no longer able to serve themselves, and they need someone to serve them and comfort their loneliness. Giving priority to honoring one's parents over jihad in the way of Allah, a man came to the Prophet, may God bless him and grant him peace, and asked his permission to fight in jihad. He said, "Are your parents alive?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Then fight for them." Despite the great reward and recompense of jihad in the way of God, being dutiful to one's parents is equivalent to jihad in His way. Glory be to God, how merciful He is to His servants. Honoring one's parents is one of the best deeds and the most beloved to God. It was narrated on the authority of Abdullah bin Masud that he said, I asked the messenger of God, may God bless him and grant him peace, which deeds are most beloved to God? He said, prayer on time. I said, then what? He said, then being dutiful to one's parents. I said, then what? He said, then jihad in the way of God. He said, he told me about them, and if I had asked him for more, he would have given me more. A person who is dutiful to his parents is invited. The supplication of the righteous person is answered, God willing, and as a result of his righteousness towards his parents, God Almighty saves him from calamities and tribulations and delivers him from hardships. In a narration, it says that some people were closed in by a large rock at the door of a cave, and they were unable to get out of it, so the earth became narrow for them despite its vastness, and they had no one to save them except supplication for their good deeds. So one of them supplicated to his Lord to relieve them, and this person was righteous towards his parents, so the rock moved. Increase in lifespan and blessing in age. Our noble messenger, may God bless him and grant him peace, said, nothing averts fate except supplication, and nothing increases lifespan except righteousness. What is meant by increasing lifespan is granting health and wellness until the inevitable day of death comes. Increase in livelihood. When a Muslim wins the pleasure of his Lord and the prayers of his parents for him, he will be successful in his actions and will receive sustenance from every side. Psychological stability and contentment with God's blessings help a person to think properly. Comfort and reassurance. A person who serves his parents and gains their satisfaction feels great psychological comfort, and that he is performing a great religious duty and a moral duty, and is repaying his parents by serving them when they are adults, just as they served and raised him when he was young. Gain people's love. He who is dutiful to his parents gains people's love and appreciation and is a role model for his children, who will be dutiful to him as he is dutiful to his parents.